Hello everyone, I'm Dada the Butt, and welcome to Abuttment, a Minecraft 1.12 Let's Play for new and non-players. This is one of my old farms, but don't worry, it's just here to give you something to look at. We'll be starting from the launcher into day one of a brand new world. I'll try and keep this initial introduction brief so we can get on to the gameplay, but we do need some initial context. Firstly, why another Minecraft Let's Play? Primarily the series is for my long-suffering wife Glamourdoc. She's a non-player, and this series will hopefully result in some sympathy when I stumble into bed post-midnight complaining that I've just been griefed by a horde of zombie pigmen for accidentally shooting one of their number whilst trying to take out a ghast that was shooting at me when I was on a lava bridge. In order for that to make sense, and for me to get my deserved sympathy, she needs an understanding of the game. But Minecraft doesn't make sense unless you've experienced it in some form. The best way of doing this, for her, would be for me to record, from day one, in a brand new world. How I interact with that world, it with me, and its development over time. It then occurred to me that such a series may also prove useful to other, both non- and new players. Particularly as new Minecraft content is decreasing, now that the initial social must-play has calmed. We'll be starting at the very beginning, but then developing that world using basic techniques such as branch mining, diamond hunting, etc. And then some more exotic elements such as XP and slime farms, iron and sulfur farms, automated potion brewing, nether travel hubs, along with many other constructions that make a fun Minecraft world. Secondly, this is my initial venture into recording, so there's some extra learning fun for me. I'm not going to worry if things are a little rough to start with. I don't know how hard it's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it. And I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. And that last is important, that I enjoy making these episodes and that you enjoy watching them. Note that amongst the many variations of Minecraft, we're going to be playing Java 1.12 Vanilla Survival. Each term will become clear over time. Java Edition is the original, and in my opinion the best, edition of the Minecraft game, but is not the version you get from the Windows/Microsoft Store. That's the Windows 10 Bedrock Edition. The Java Edition has to be downloaded from the official Minecraft.net website. There'll be lots of additional asides, explanations, history, etc. in future episodes. But let's move on and get the game launched. So, you've registered and downloaded, and here you are at the Minecraft launcher. You'd typically just select play, which may include a download of the latest release. But let's have a quick exploration. This recording is in November 2018, from the north of England to give you my position in both time and space. And the latest release, as of November 2018, is 1.13.2. Don't worry about the .2, that's just bug fixes. 1.13 was released in July 2018 and is known as the Aquatic Update, which introduced dolphins, turtles, tridents, and other such watery stuff. However, I'll be playing 1.12, released summer 2017, the World of Colour update, which extended coloured building materials, introduced parrots and various other stuff. The reason I've not switched up is I slightly modify my Minecraft's user interface to increase my personal enjoyment of the game. Modifications, or mods, are a huge driving force behind Minecraft's popularity, allowing the game to be extended in all sorts of weird and wonderful ways. These are known as modded versions of Minecraft. Plain Minecraft is popularly known as vanilla, having no custom blocks or entities. Although, strictly speaking, I have some user interface mods, which I'll point out as we go along, I have no custom blocks or entities, so, strictly speaking, it's still vanilla. Unfortunately, the modding infrastructure hasn't yet been completed for 1.13, though I believe it's imminent and I'll switch up as and when. Note, you can select previous versions. Turn on historical versions, quickly read their warning, and you will find the list is extended. Likewise, you can enable snapshots of the version 1.14, the Village and Pillage edition, currently under development. So, we will switch to my 1.12 plus user interface enhancements. You will probably just take latest release, and we'll play the game. And here we are at the start screen. We'll take a look at all the other options in future episodes. You'll note that because I do have a slightly modified version, I have an additional option here. But all we're interested in at the moment is single player. So we'll select that. Now here you would have listed any worlds that you'd previously created, but we're going to create a new world. Now this bit I personally find stupidly exciting. We're about to create a new Minecraft world that, in all likelihood, has never been seen before. That world will be uniquely ours to explore and claim. So, create new world. We can give it a name. This is going to be Abuttment. And the game mode is going to be survival. The alternative, creative, is for pure building. But hardcore, yeah, we're not quite ready for that yet. Now from here we could just create new world, but let's explore our more world options. So the seed for the world generator, leave blank for a random seed. And that is the start of all Minecraft's random number generation, and is used by the world generator. Roughly speaking, it's a 14-digit number. That gives us approximately 100 trillion potential worlds. That's equivalent to 2.5 million different worlds for each of the 8 billion population on the planet, if I've got my maths right. Generate structures we're going to leave on, that's more fun. And world type we're going to leave at default. There are others, super flat, large biomes, amplified. You may find your own personal preference in time, but for now, default. Cheats we're going to leave off. And bonus chest we'll also leave off. It's a little bit cheaty. It gives you a chest when you start with some initial items to get you going, and it's a little bit cheaty. Done takes us back to the initial Create World screen, and no, we've not actually changed anything. Just before we leave, there are some interesting seeds available if you search around on the internet that generate worlds of particular types or having something of particular interest. So back to done. Now, before we create our new world, we're going to take a breath. Once pressed, the clock starts, and we have approximately 10 minutes before it gets dark. By which time, if we're not in a lit shelter, life's going to get tougher than we're prepared for. We'll arrive at what's called spawn, somewhere near the centre from which the world was generated, and the place will be returned to should we die. Attacked, starved, drowned, etc. This is why day one is always met with a mixture of excitement, a brand new world, and apprehension. You have nothing and the clock's against you. All we will have is our fists and what's around us. Minecraft gameplay is all about gathering resources and crafting them into better resources, progressing towards and beyond a meeting with the Ender Dragon, whilst all the time avoiding death. For example, we're going to gather wood, hopefully. Using basic crafting, we can make some of that into planks, then some of those into sticks. With some planks, we'll make a type of workbench known as a crafting table. That allows more complex crafting, which we'll do to make wooden tools and doors. We'll then use the wooden tools to gather stone, from which we can make stone tools and a furnace. We can then use the furnace to make charcoal for torches. At that stage, we have the resources to build a crude shelter to ride out the night safely. As you're watching this video, you've either not played yet, or you've already played. So I won't explain the controls until I'm safely in shelter, and I'll describe the on-screen elements as best I can, with an eye on the clock. Then go over those in more detail in the next episode. So, if we're ready, create new world. So, here is the abutment in all of its newly generated glory. We've been placed nicely in the middle of a forest. Count ourselves lucky that it wasn't the middle of the ocean. It's rare, but it does happen, in which case you have two choices. Suck it up, pick a direction and start swimming, or go back to the world selection screen, delete it, and try again, hoping for a better seed. We'll save exploring for tomorrow, but the sun is rising, it is dawn, it's rising in the east, and this is our clock. Over the course of 10 minutes, it will track across the sky to set in the west, at which point we will have 10 minutes of darkness. Now remember, this is where the game will put us back should we die. So we won't wander too far at this stage, because we need to build our shelter somewhere close. Ooh, wrong button. If I go into our inventory at the moment, we're naked, no armour, no resources, and afraid. We have 10 minutes to take shelter. Our first resource will be wood. We get that by punching tree trunks with our fist. There are different types. At the moment, that doesn't matter. So there's our first. And because we've got a resource, we have some recipes. You can see them dropping into our hotbar. Down at the bottom of the screen at the moment I've got 4. Now this first tree trunk I'm going to leave a stump. That will serve as a marker for spawn. We need about 16 to start with. If leaves get in your way, just punch them. Now this isn't the most eco-friendly way of harvesting wood, but at this point in time we don't really care. We'll come back and sort it out later. Nearly there. And one of the most heinous Minecraft actions, I'm just going to take one out of the middle. Oh look, we've managed to get an apple off one of them. That's good. So back to our stump. Now, as noted before, Minecraft is about crafting resources. If I go into my inventory screen, we have 16 wood. Crafting is done through creating shapes. Here we have a 2x2 grid. We can craft shapes that can fit within that 2x2 grid. For example, 1 wood gets you 4 planks. And because we have 16, we can do that 16 times. But we're just going to use 8 of them. Put that back down there, keep my planks here. Now if I take 2 planks in a line, that makes 4 sticks. And again, we can do that 16 times. And we're just going to use 8 of them. Ooh, overshot, not a problem. Once you've done it though, you can't go back. This 2x2 grid is quite limiting. The vast majority of Minecraft recipes are shaped within a 3x3 grid. And to do that, we need to make a crafting table. Crafting table is made by 4 planks in a 2x2 grid. Here's our crafting table. We cover our planks. We're going to take that crafting table and place it next to the stump. Select it, and here we have our 3x3 grid. We can now create our initial tools. Firstly, a shovel has 2 sticks for a handle and a head. This is made out of wooden planks, so that gives us a wooden shovel. That allows us to dig dirt. I'm going to make a pickaxe, so the same wooden handle and then a wooden pick head. Because we made it out of wood, we get a wooden pickaxe. Whilst I'm here, two by 3 of wooden planks gets you 3 doors. Sorry, I was pausing there because I was wondering if I still had enough planks because I overshot making the sticks, but I think I'm still all right. So now we're going to dig a shelter into the side of the hill. It needs to be at least 3 high, so we'll take our wooden shovel and dig back until we've got 3 high. Just clear out. I then want to dig that back by 6. That's 5. There's number 6, because I want to leave 1 block here for the door, like so, and dig back 5 on either side. Ooh. Too far there. Let's be neat. Where's my dirt? There we go. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now I was hoping that by this stage I would have come across some stone, which I haven't. So I'm going to start digging a staircase down. You can only ever jump 1 block high. So whenever you dig down, make sure you've got a staircase to come back up. If you ever punch through the side of your base, obviously we don't want any nasties coming in overnight, so make sure you put it back. So I'm starting to see some stone. Get my pickaxe. Don't want to get rid of these two here because that's my staircase. I've finally picked up some stone, so I have some new recipes, and I've also made an advancement out of the wood age into the stone age. And here we go. Now we're starting to hit some stone. So this will get me cobblestone, and in the first instance I need 15. $14, $15. So make my way back to the stump with its crafting table. Ooh, another apple. Save that for later. Now on our crafting table, a ring of stone gets you a furnace. Stick the trees up there. What's in your hotbar is immediately available, and we have extra space in our inventory for stuff that we have to move down to our hotbar. So we have our furnace. I'm going to rather heinously use my pickaxe to destroy my crafting table. Pick that up and take both the furnace and the crafting table back to the hole. Personal preference, I put the furnace here, crafting table there. In the furnace, I'm going to be replacing my wooden shovel so I can use that as fuel to burn a piece of wood. That will get me a piece of charcoal. Back to the crafting table. Charcoal on top of a stick gets me some torches. One of those in the base, above the doors, and one on the stump. That way when it's dark we can find our way back. We now take one of the doors we crafted earlier, and we now have our shelter. I'm now going to quickly use the stone that's left over to make an axe, and grab as much wood as I can before it gets dark. And the answer is going to be not a great deal. We can see the sun setting over there. Probably have about another 30 seconds before we have darkness, all the nasties come out, at which point, below that, the nasties have started coming out. Whatever we've got there will have to do us, and safely into our shelter. Usually they don't come out quite that early. Maybe there was one in a pit somewhere. Oh well, we'll just have to hope that 9 is enough. We're going to need some more torches, so we'll go back to our furnace. We'll be replacing our wooden pickaxe with a stone one, so we can use that to burn another piece of wood. Now this time we're not going to use that charcoal for torches. You'll notice that our tool was enough to burn one piece of wood. We could also have used planks. But if we use a piece of charcoal itself, that is enough fuel to turn 8 pieces of wood themselves into charcoal. Whilst those are cooking, we'll make ourselves a stone pickaxe. And I've got enough left over to make myself a stone shovel. There we go, another advancement for upgrading from wooden tools to stone tools. Some of this charcoal will now have cooked, so I can make myself some more torches. So we're now in this shelter until morning, and we will use that time to stock up on cobblestone. And this is why we stocked up on wood before we dove in for the night. So you can see the cobblestone starting to collect in my hotbar. One slot on the hotbar is capable of holding up to 64 cobblestone, and that is known as a stack. When I get to 64, it will start filling up another slot, either in my hotbar or in my inventory. When it starts getting dark, we'll put another torch up. And over the course of the night, I want to try and collect just over 2 stacks of cobblestone. My preferred form of overland base takes about 2 stacks of cobblestone to build, and we'll want some extras for making tools. Whilst we're under here doing this, outside we'll have zombies, skeletons, spiders, creepers, which is why we're hiding in here. Now you can see in the hotbar where the pickaxe is, underneath it is a bar which is now yellow. It started green and will eventually become red, and after that the pickaxe will break and I will need a new one. We started with wooden tools. They're slower and break faster. Stone tools work quicker and last longer. The next level will be iron, but we're way off that yet, and then after that, diamonds. You can make gold ones. There is a reason armies of the world were never equipped with gold weapons. So I'm just running through this, waiting for my pickaxe to break, and there it goes. Oh, picked up some andesite, a little bit useless other than as a building material. So I need to make another pickaxe, and I'll do some inventory tidying whilst I'm here. So I'm actually going to make 2 pickaxes, because I always like to have a full spare set of tools for when the one I'm using breaks. Worth finding yourself a pattern as how you're going to store stuff in your inventory. Personally, I go sand, dirt, stone, wood, So sand, dirt, cobblestone, wood, planks, sticks, and then I have my spare tool set. And then here I have my torches. I also need to build a sword, so a wooden hilt. This is going to be a stone sword, so wooden hilt and a stone blade. And then my pickaxe. I'm currently working with cobblestone, my axe and my shovel, and then food I always have on the left. If you get used to a pattern, then you can instinctively find it when you need it later on in the game. So there we are, nice tidy inventory, tooled up, still dark outside. How much stone have we got? So 64 there, 55 here, so we're not far off our 2 stacks. As I say, just need to go over a little bit more than that for tool building. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit dark around this region. Let's do that and put another torch up. So again, just bringing up our cobble reserves, waiting for the dawn. Let's just stick a torch there for now, yeah. Jump back up. And there we have the moon. So, as with the sun, the moon rose in the east, tracked across over the course of about 10 minutes, will set in the west, at which point we will get dawn of day 2. So, probably just under about a minute. So let's get another run of cobblestone, although these first bits are andesite, but let's keep it squarish or rectangular if you want to be technical. So we've got some wolves, just heard them barking. Oh, there was a skeleton. Wolves are okay. If we don't bother them, they won't bother us. Skeletons are a different matter. So, here cometh the dawn. So all of those creepers, zombies, skeletons, spiders that have been appearing over the course of the night will tend to die off with the dawn, although they can hide under trees and stay protected. Creepers can hang around until about lunchtime, so we don't know if any of them are going to be waiting for us outside of the door. So we'll get our sword at the ready, cross our fingers, little look, ready to dive back in the door if there's a problem. And we seem to be okay. So that's it. Day 1 survived. Welcome to day 2. In the next episode, we'll take a look at user and control interfaces, blocks and mobs, and goal setting, and then get into some day 2 gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. I'm not in it for the likes, but if it helped you, then a like will help others to find it. Subscribe if you'd like notifications of future uploads, and feel free to comment, but please keep it relevant and, most importantly, be nice to each other. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep playing Minecraft.